Have you ever realized how the word retirement means something completely different at 70 than it did at 40? Back then, retirement was this distant concept, almost abstract, a promise tacked onto the future. But now, for most of us, it's real. Maybe you're living it. Maybe you're standing right at its threshold. Either way, you've arrived carrying wisdom, earned through years of hard choices, family stories, decades of work, laughter, and loss. So what does it really mean to craft a meaningful retirement, not just fill the hours? How do we thrive, not simply pass the time? Let's explore some key insights that honor your legacy and give today's chapter real significance. One insight that stands out is the importance of redefining purpose. After decades of schedules, meetings, deadlines, and demands, you might find both relief and uncertainty in this new freedom. The loss of built-in meaning can feel daunting, but it's also ripe with opportunity. You're not tied to anyone else's definition anymore. Consider what you genuinely love, what you keep coming back to. Is it mentoring the next generation, nurturing a garden, or rekindling an old passion like painting or woodwork? There's no need to aim for grand gestures. Small, authentic joys are just as significant. To apply this, take a quiet afternoon and write down 3 things that have always brought you satisfaction. Then, brainstorm one way to bring at least one of those things into your weekly rhythm. It could be as modest as revisiting family photo albums and recording voice memos for your grandchildren. The action doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be meaningful to you. Another powerful strategy is nurturing your relationships with intention. As we get older, it becomes clear just how much relationships, not accolades, form the backbone of a rich life. This is an opportunity to reconnect, deepen bonds, or even gracefully set boundaries where needed. Consider the different approaches here. One person might travel cross-country to see an old friend, rekindling decades of shared history in a single conversation. Another might simply pick up the phone every Sunday to check in on a neighbor or sibling. Both gestures matter. In retirement, it's the quality, not the quantity, of these moments that counts. If you're not sure where to start, make a list of 3 people you care about and put a note in your calendar to reach out to each one next week. Initiate that coffee date, send that letter, or arrange a video call, whatever feels right. Reflect with me for a moment. Who are the people whose company leaves you feeling lighter? Are there friendships or family relationships you want to nurture further, or even new connections to pursue? We're building a community here of people who value connection, so feel welcome to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Let's talk about health, physical, mental, and emotional. It's easy to believe that, because bodies age, we're supposed to accept declining health as a given. But thriving means doing what we can, within our limits, to stay vital. That doesn't mean signing up for a marathon unless you genuinely want to. Sometimes it means a short daily walk, stretching exercises, or just dancing around your living room to a favorite tune. It might even be joining a laughter yoga class or learning Tai Chi, activities proven to be gentle and effective. And mental health is just as important. Keep your mind sharp with crosswords, chess, or reading about something new. Perhaps set aside a technology day where you experiment with apps or try video chatting with your grandkids. The practical step: choose one physical activity and one mental activity that you enjoy and weave them into your week, even if just for 10 minutes a day. Now, before we continue, if you get value from what we have presented, please like and subscribe to help us grow our channel, Ageless Intuition. Every gesture of support helps us reach more people who are carving out meaningful retirements together. Shifting to another key insight, consider the value of continual learning. Many of us grew up in a time when education came early in life, after which you went to work and stayed on a somewhat fixed path. But today, learning is a lifelong privilege, whether it's picking up Italian to chat with your neighbors at the market, taking an online history course, or simply exploring a new author. Learning keeps our curiosity alive. You don't have to sign up for classes if that feels daunting. Listening to audio lectures, reading, or participating in a local book club is just as meaningful. If you haven't tried learning something new in a while, pick just one topic that's always intrigued you and give it half an hour this week. Let it unfold naturally, without pressure. Let's pause for another reflection. What helps you feel most alive and inspired these days? Are there stories from your youth or early adulthood that you rarely tell but still carry meaning for you? Many in our community find that sharing their stories helps both themselves and others. Feel free to join the conversation below and let your experience become part of this collective wisdom. Creativity is another pillar. Do you remember a time you lost yourself in a hobby, whether it was woodworking, knitting, gardening, or even storytelling? For many, creativity drifted to the side while life was busy, but now there's space to bring it back into focus. One example might be the difference between two approaches. One person meticulously follows a pattern to knit a sweater for a grandchild, valuing the precision and ritual. Another might experiment with abstract painting, relishing the messiness and delighting in unexpected results. Either approach honors a creative spirit. They're simply expressions of a unique personality. Applying creativity now isn't tied to perfection. It's about the joy of process. Give yourself permission to try something, even if you feel like a beginner again. Start by collecting simple supplies for a craft or project, and schedule a creative date with yourself or a friend. Let's not overlook the importance of financial clarity. For all the freedom retirement offers, financial worry can dampen even the brightest horizon. This isn't about chasing wealth or suddenly becoming a financial whiz. Instead, it's about understanding where you stand, so you feel steady and supported. Take some time to review your spending, understand what brings you genuine happiness, and trim away anything that doesn't. You might prioritize resources for experiences, a trip to see loved ones or tickets to a performance, rather than accumulating more things. A concrete next step. Schedule a quiet hour to look over your finances. Identify one expense you can reduce and one area where spending brings you real satisfaction. Another insight worth embracing is the role of service and legacy. You have wisdom to share, hard-earned lessons, humor, perspectives, and stories. Retirement is a beautiful opportunity to give back, whether formally through volunteering or informally by mentoring or simply being present for others. Some volunteer at libraries or food pantries. Others offer informal guidance to a neighbor or become a reliable face at community events. If you feel drawn to this, consider the impact you wish to leave, no matter the size. Reach out to a local group or find a way to contribute that aligns with your strengths and passions, even if it's just once a month. Let's have another moment to reflect. In what ways do you still want to shape your world within your family, your neighborhood, your broader community? Sharing your answers helps others realize they're not alone on this journey. Gather with us, and let's lift each other up. While we're focused on thriving, it's also important to embrace change, and sometimes loss, with grace. The landscape of retirement can be unpredictable. Friendships ebb and flow. Health and living circumstances shift. Accepting these changes with gentleness and finding ways to adapt build resilience over time. This can mean adopting a mindset of flexibility. If you always hosted holidays, maybe now you let your children take the lead or start a new tradition entirely. If beloved routines become difficult, consider alternatives or adaptations rather than giving up on them entirely. A useful tip: Pick one change you're currently resisting and explore whether a small adjustment can ease the transition, perhaps inviting help or simplifying your approach. Before we wrap up, remember, as you reflect on these steps, your lifetime of knowledge and discernment is your greatest resource. You've navigated so much already, and these years are another chapter to be crafted with the same care you've brought to every other part of life. Meaningful retirement isn't a formula, it's a mosaic created day by day, built on your values, hopes, and stories. If you're finding these ideas helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel, Ageless Intuition. Your support lets us reach and connect more people who care about living well at every age. Let's keep this conversation going. Drop a comment. What's one step you're planning to take, or a lesson you've learned about thriving in retirement? When you share, you're not just telling your story, you're lighting the path for someone else. Thanks for watching. Tap that like button and subscribe if this brought you joy today. We're growing thanks to wonderful folks like you. Wishing you a peaceful day wrapped in warmth and love.